everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sherry. Today we are going to be making homemade whole wheat bread. It couldn't be easier, and there's nothing simpler or more satisfying. As usual, all the ingredients will be listed down below as well as their measurements. I hope you enjoy. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and activate our yeast. We're going to add the honey into the water to give the yeast a little bit of food. We're going to set this aside while we prepare the flour. Now, I like to mix the flour by hand. In the bowl we have half whole wheat flour and we have all-purpose flour. To that, we're going to go ahead and add our salt. Alright, so now it's time to add our wet ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and create a little bit of a well, and this is where I'm going to put my milk. On top of my milk, I'm going to add my yeast. Now, this came out perfectly. I don't know if you can tell how foamy it is, and if you give it a smell, you can smell like a yeasty, I don't know if you've ever toured a brewery, that smell that's in there. That's what you're looking for. So this is most definitely alive, and we are ready to use it. And you're just going to gently work the flour and liquid together. This takes time, so don't force it and have some patience. It's totally worth it in the end. This is actually really good because it's very sticky, and for me this is totally optional for you, but I'm going to add harvest grains. This is just a mixture of sunflower seeds, flax seeds, linseed, sesame seeds, all kinds of seeds. I like a little bit of crunch in my bread, plus it adds extra vitamins and stuff. And I like my dough to be a little more sticky because those seeds will absorb moisture as well. And if you don't want to add the seeds, that's fine. Just wait and you can go on to the next step. Alright, the next step is you're going to go ahead and turn out your dough because we're going to knead it about 10 minutes by hand. And this seems like a lot of flour, but you'll see this dough was very moist, so it's going to absorb a lot of it. Let the dough talk to you and tell you how much it's going to take, but make sure that you don't add too much flour, just a little bit at a time, so that it's not overly dry. And as we're kneading it, we're trying to make the gluten strands align and become elastic. So if you're just going to sit here and do this, that's not kneading. You really gotta, if by the end of this you're not breathing hard and maybe broke a little sweat, you're not doing it right. And the reason, if you have really dense loaves, it's probably because you under-kneaded. I have rarely ever over-kneaded a bread ever, especially by hand. I usually poop out first. But yeah, go ahead and give this a good working. So now I'm going to go ahead and place our loaf into a greased bowl, which is the bowl we started off with. I'm going to cover it with some towels and put it in a draft-free place to rise. So for your first rise, it's going to be about an hour, maybe longer, it depends. You want the dough to actually double in size, so be patient with it. Don't force it, don't put it in a warm oven, because cheats like that can actually ruin it. And if you're doing this for the first time, you don't want to be disappointed, or you're never going to do it again, right? So go ahead and just be patient with it and let it do its thing. All right, so this is the type of rise that you're looking for. It's above the pan, it's smooth on top, so we're gonna go ahead and put it in our preheated oven. It's at 425. So once I pop it into the oven, I'm gonna drop the temperature down to 375 and bake it for anywhere from 20 to 35 minutes. You'll know it's done when you pull it out of the oven and turn it over and give it a thump on the backside and it sounds hollow, then it's done and you need to let it cool before you eat it. So I'll see you after I bake it. And now the moment of truth. Our bread is cooled and now it's time to slice and see what we got. And it couldn't be any more beautiful than that. It's got a nice crumb. It's nice and soft. Beautiful. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment, and share.